Hey guys, welcome to Arsenal Guru. Today we'll be talking about post-game analysis between Stoke and Arsenal. Let's get to it. In this video, I want to focus on 5 things that I want to analyze. So the first one that I want to focus on is the lineup. So I saw the lineup news when it came out, which is right before the game, like an hour before the game. The only change is instead of Holding, it's Mustafi. So that's the back three. And the funny thing is that right before the game, when I was watching on TV at home here, is that I saw Arsenal comment. That was like an interview before the game, right? That they do, and so they were asking about the back three. Oh, why is it still the same? By the commentator, right? Or by the interviewer, or whatever you want to call it. And then Arsene Wenger was saying that, oh, the back three worked because we played last game with the back three and it worked. And then so he's keeping the same back three, which is quite interesting. We got Mustafi on the bench. Holding is not even on the team, which is I don't understand why. And we put the left wing back in the middle position, which is doesn't make sense to me. And the reason I want to say this because how does it work? Like how can he think that it works? Because we conceded 3 goals last game, but is it because we won last game? Is that why he said that it works? Like the reason people would do that or people would say that it works is when you don't concede the goal, not when you win the game by conceding 3 goals. And like I know you score 4 goals in that game, but that's not the way to play. I don't think that's gonna work, and then that's gonna lead to the problem. That's why I say that I want to analyze on the lineup because it's not right the way that he's doing it. The second thing that I want to focus on is to show you what I want to analyze on the gameplay and the goal of why we're conceding and why we're not scoring any goal today, why we're not playing well, or whatever reason that you want to say. There's so much frustration going on in this game, and I'll show you why. And then after that, I'll come back. So as you guys can see, this is the actual gameplay of the match, and I want to show you guys how I want to analyze the game. So the first part I want to focus on is just the position of our player, especially Oxland-Chamberlain, which he stays on the right hand side in this game. What's the surprise is Bellerin is staying on the left. As you guys can see both of them in the red circle that I circled. Then this is just the first step that I will show you. For the second one, it will be in this scene. I want you guys to focus on where Xhaka and Ramsey is. Xhaka is where Ramsey is supposed to be, and Ramsey is out of place. He has to be where Xhaka is, and Xhaka is supposed to be where I labeled the square there. That's where the actual 2 midfielders is supposed to be, because that way it will expand the field, so then it's easier for players to pass the ball to. Otherwise, it wouldn't be. What's going to happen in this case is Xhaka is going where the ball is going, but Ramsey is going forward. He doesn't go where the ball is going, so that is what caused the problem in this game. That's why we cannot get out from the back, and that's why I'm pointing this out in my overall performance as well, as you guys will see here. Again, in this angle, you guys can see where Ramsey is. He's out of place. He's supposed to be where I labeled a square there. So if he's not there, then we're gonna have a problem when they attack us. And in this case, you're gonna see when Darren Fletcher got the ball and he's gonna dribble past that gap in the square that I labeled, and then he's gonna pass the ball to Jesse, and then he's gonna get a chance to score, which he almost scored in the first chance here. Ramsey got back to the spot where he's supposed to be at the first place. As you guys can see. Now we're gonna analyze how Stoke score in this game. So as you guys can see, this is where I start the action here, because you guys have to see where the is right now, because he's out of position. He's not the one who's supposed to be heading for that ball. It's supposed to be Bellerin in this case, or either back, because it's down on the left hand side where he's supposed to be in the middle, as you guys can see in the square that I put it there. And then what happened in this case is that it's got a lot worse than the first scene that I show you in the first chance that they have in the first half. Is that this time they score, and then what happened here is Xhaka gonna dribble the ball to the front, and then he gonna pass the ball to Ozil, but it's a heavy pass. He lost the ball. Now he's trying to get the ball back by committing himself. So now Stoke can start counter attack. We have no midfielder in the middle. Now they're gonna try to expose that gap, try to go and score, and in this case they did it. I know people talk about it's Ozil's fault, but I think in this case it's all Ramsey's fault. If he's not out of the place at the first place, this wouldn't happen. Or Monreal didn't stop for a moment. That could be the case as well. Alright guys, so after I show you all of that, so you guys let me know what you guys think. But I would say the overall performance of our game, right, is the problem is that we can't get out from the back. It's clearly is that because the back three, the only person that they can pass to is Xhaka, right? Because Ramsey's off the spot most of the time, and Ozil came down. Sometimes he doesn't play in his spot, and that leads to another problem. Another problem that we have is that our wingbacks are up too high and then too wide on the side, meaning like they're up too high when the ball is still at the back. So the back three cannot pass the ball to them. And then not only that, is that when they're up on the side, which is where they're supposed to be, they're actually at the sideline, like where you cannot pass the ball through, like, or you cannot go anywhere, because when you're at the sideline, you don't have the space to go forward. The defenders can just stand in front of you and then they block you, and then you can't do anything. All you have to do is only pass the ball to the back, and then that's become another problem. Is that our speed, our tempo of the game is too slow, meaning like we're only passing to the back, only to the side, we're not really going to the front. And then when we do the front, we do the long shot, then they can track you down. It doesn't really work out well. And then when we go forward, then they're just right in front of you, they're right next to you, you didn't get past them. There's no way they're going to create the chance, and then that's why we didn't really create enough chance. Those chances are not real chances. You cannot score a goal by those chances. They're not good enough. It's like a 50-50 chance or a real solid chance that you can score. The chance of scoring is less than what it's supposed to be. Our one-on-one situation, when we get the ball, we cannot pass them. The mentality that we have in the team is different. Oh, what do I have to do with the ball? All I have to do is pass to each other, and then 1-2 here and there, and then we run, and then we'll go past them. It's not like, oh, we get to the point where like, oh, I need to dribble past the guy in front of me. Okay, Oxland-Chamberlain can do it, but I don't see any other people can do it. Like, okay, Ramsey might be sometimes in the game. Ozil did it, right? Bellerin going down on the left, nowhere near that. Same thing with Welbeck. He's not good at dribble. Like, okay, he has the pace, he can go straight forward, but like when it comes to dribble past someone and go and cross the ball on the left hand side, or to go in to shoot, like when you go into the middle, there's no way like that. So I'll leave it the way it is. That's just like the overall performance of the game. What if you guys think that what do I say is true or not true, or you guys have any comments like relating to that, just leave it in the comment section below, and we'll discuss about it, right? Because it's not, like, that's why we're here. Like, that's why I created this video, is just for us to analyze, to talk about it, because it's so frustrating, like the way they play. Like, it's not the right way of doing it, right? The third things that I want to talk about is the real problems that we have, because us as a team, or Arsene Wenger or whoever who's in charge, is not doing it. It's not addressing the issue. So obviously, people are talking about defenders. Players that we have is not good enough. And Arsene Wenger knows about it. He knows that we need to get someone, and he haven't got anyone yet in that position. And he has the whole summer to do it, or even before that. You know what I mean? Like, he should have someone in mind to go out there and get it. Like, okay, we saw Gabriel last week. Now we have one man down. Okay, he's not the best of the defenders that we have, so which is fine. And he was mentioning that we have to sell before we buy. Okay, so now we sell one, so does that mean that that's soft on what he said? Like, okay, so now we sold someone, so now we can buy a new one. Is he also meaning only just one person and then we can buy someone, or does he mean that we have to sell certain amount of players or a certain amount of list that they have in order to buy the one that they want? In order to solve the problem, right, he can just mention it like, oh, we don't need to buy a new defender because we got Koscielny back next game, so we should be fine. I don't know if he's going to buy one or is he going to stick with whatever we have. If he sticks with whatever we have, there's no chance that we're going to win. How come we can't go get the players that we want? Like, okay, we need a good defenders, and why can't we get one? Like for example, like you need to address the issue. For example, that I want to mention is that Manchester United, they know that they lost Ibrahimovic, so now they're out of a striker, right? And see what happened. They went out and get Lukaku, a quality striker, like a quality player that they need to score. And then look what happened. 2 games and he scored like what, 3 or 4 goals already. You know what I mean? We're not doing anything. Same thing with Chelsea. They have problem with Costa, and they went to get Morata. They get quality players. I understand we got, like I said, that solved the front problem. Our defenders are the problem, and we're not doing it. The third one that I want to mention based on this topic here, right, is that I should not worry too much. It's only second game, you know, it's the first loss. But I would say it's wrong. The first game, it wasn't great, meaning like we concede 3 goals, and we score more than them, like 4 goals. Right, and then we won the game. In this game, we lost. Why? Because we're not good enough. So it shows like we have a problem in the team, like the place where you need to be panicked now, because like you start off the season, you want to be great, be prepared, but we open up our season and we're not prepared, not fully prepared like other teams. Like look at Manchester United, they're fully prepared. They have players playing where they want it, the way they want it, right? They have the tactics and everything. Same thing with Manchester City. Same thing with Chelsea. They bought players and then they play in the way that they want it. And then we are not nowhere near that. I don't have confidence in Arsenal right now that we can win the title, like, or even go beat like Chelsea, Manchester United, Manchester City, or even Liverpool. There's like a gap between us and them now. We're not solving any problem. And that's the thing. The fourth things that I want to talk about is the league table, right? Right now, okay, we're 10th by now. So, okay, only 2 games, but all the big teams ahead of us. I know, okay, Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur, they it's the same, around the same standings as the way we are, but it's like we only 3 points behind Manchester United. They score 8 goals and they concede nothing. And look at us, we are 0 on aggregate, meaning like we score 4 goals and we concede 4 goals, and so we got 0. We 3 points behind and then we 8 goals behind on aggregate. Clearly shows that we're not good. That's why the way we are at this time. This is just a quick thing that I want to talk about. The point that I want to put in, if you guys think that it's not relevant, or I should focus on something else, or I should cut this off because it makes the video too long, let me know as well. The last thing I want to talk about is the next game, Liverpool next game. Wow, what to expect. Even if it's a draw between us and them, I'll take it. Let me put it this way. The way we play defense, and look at their forwards, look at their players. They got Mane, they got Salah that just came in this season, and they got Firmino. And you know what they can do with us. You know what I mean? Like, not only that, they have other people as well, but like that's like the main 3 that they have at the front. I know it's going to be a fun game because we're going to go at them and then come at us. So whoever score more or who can defend better, and they're going to win the game. That's it for this video, guys. You guys let me know what you guys think about everything that I do in this video. I know that I just started the channel, but this is something that I want to focus on in every game. And you guys have to let me know what you guys think, like, oh, what should I improve on, what works, what doesn't work, like what you guys want to see, or what do you guys think, right? Anything works for me. Like any feedback, like comments, really help, so I'll appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't to. I know I just started, as I mentioned, but yeah, there will be a lot more of videos like this to come for sure, because we're gonna have another 36 games to go, right, of the season, and plus on top of like FA Cup, um, League Cup, and also Europa League. So it's gonna be, I don't know, maybe 50 plus. So we'll see on that. I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be in the pre-game analysis between us and Liverpool. So that will be up soon as well. So I'll see you guys until then.